Rolling.
Yep.
What is up, slash all league? This is the weekly podcast that we're doing here. Today I've got Brendan here. Probably gonna be permanent co-host here. But then really excited this week we are joined by Red, commissioner for the lower division. So this week we're gonna be talking all things lower division as this is week one for the lower division. So we're really excited for that. How are you guys feeling?
Great. Week one wrapped up for upper division, and the teams are set for lower division.
Yeah, I'm super excited for starting off the lower division this week.
Yeah, so real quick, just overlay for the structure of the season, because we didn't mention it during the launch podcast. For both leagues, we're doing a little bit of a structured format, whereas it was very round robin, one game preseason for season one. So during season two, we're doing these best of three matches. We'll be doing that for lower division too, right?
Yeah,
So it's already been interesting to see during week one for upper division, doing this kind of structured format makes the draft so much more dynamic. Um, I lost train of thought. Um, so
Yeah, so and then structure for the podcast. I think every week we had said this last time. We're going to give you like a weekly podcast, and kind of the few things we're going to go through are first we're going to go through some news and notes for both upper and lower division, and then we're going to do a week review and then a week preview as well as some power rankings for each division. So look forward to seeing that. So with that, I think we can jump into some of the news and notes. Brett, if you want to read off some of our first news of the league.
yeah, so unfortunately for the up division, there was a little bit of some legality issues. So Banana Hammock Haymakers won't be joining us any longer in the league. They instead are going to be replaced by Infernae Esports to not get confused with Inferno.
Infernia, yeah,
Yeah,
Infernia.
Infernia. To not get confused with Inferno Wolf. So we already have a fill-in team here for that spot. With that out of the way, that's the only news we have for from week one. Um, anything I missed? Anything you?
No, obviously, I mean the big news is that we got everything kicked off. Had two successful streamed matches, so very happy with how that went, and appreciate everybody who tuned in to support and was interactive as well. So looking forward to our future streams. With that, I think we can go to our next bit of news, and a lot of that is regarding the lower division and the start, as well as a little bit of a format change. So I'm going to hand it over to Red to run through that.
all right. Hello, everyone. We will be starting the lower division this week. We have a lot of brand new teams and a few returning teams with different, well, the team's not necessarily returning, a lot of returning players still on those teams. I think we can just give a quick rundown of the teams that we have for the season, and I go through all the players.
For sure,
All
yeah.
right. All right. So, a new team I have at the top left now is Catalyst Gladiators, captain being Not So Dark, and they have a coach, Sheed, I believe. Top laner, Sergeant Cam, who is Silver 4. Jungler Arden, Silver 4. Mid, Pope TM, also Silver 4. AC, Chino Gambino, Bronze 4. And Sonowu, Silver 3. So this is a new team. I know they're excited to go. I'm really excited to see them go. A returning team, my team is the Captain Turtles Privates. We have Jerome in the top lane, Silver 1. Jordan in the jungle, Iron 1. Seagal in the mid lane, Gold 1. Moxie Person at ADC, Silver 4. Stefan Swinsky in the support role, Bronze 2. And we have a substitute Captain Turtle at Silver 1. Um, one thing I can say about my team, though, is that we substitute very often, so Captain Turtle will probably be starting. Last season he started half the games, so
One thing, I mean, before we move on, let's talk about Captain Turtle's Privates from season one. We were a combined division, and Jerome GG, I think, got second team All Pro. Jordan was first team All Pro, right? Or
he was
second team All Pro, and as well as Seagal barely missed out on second team, and then Stefan Slowinski, that's yourself. You were second team, and the Captain Turtle was the first team. So a lot of returning very prolific players from Slash All Season 1. I know
Yeah.
you're being humble, but I just have to point that out for you.
Yeah. We're going to give our go in the lower division as there are a lot of new players, so I expect a lot of challenge as well. Not used to playing against everyone. So I'm really excited for the season. And
It's really cool to see a bit of like these these are the lower ranked players. A lot of them are being like brand new to the game. And I kind of wish that I was playing in like a structured format like this when I picked up League of Legends, you know? Like to actually have a coach and playing real 5v5 games rather than like trying to play Fiddlesticks top lane and learning that that champion doesn't belong there.
yeah. Oh, yeah, this is exciting stuff. All right. So that's 2 teams down. On to our third team. We have Dino Roars, their captain Doki for the win. This team haven't necessarily got the order for everyone on the team, so I'll just run through all the players. We have Doki for the win, Dude Caleb, Reddirk, Jonikas, Drop Dead Josend. It's a new team. I like their little profile picture. It's like Dino Nar, pretty sure.
Okay. It looks like a mix between Dinonar and like Eevee from Pokemon.
I thought it was an evolution.
A
I love it.
little bit of fan art from that one. And then now we have another new team, EHZ Alliance, with their coach and captain Marluxia. Their top laner is Yeti87. He's bronze 3. Sorry, I actually don't know if it's a he or she, so I'll keep it at they. Tooth 1 is their jungler, who is bronze 1. Star is their mid laner, who's silver 4. Nomad Cal is their ADC, who is bronze 4. And Emperor Bareth is their support, who's bronze 3. And I'm going to skip around a little bit because 2 teams came in at the same time. If you can see by their logos, came in together. Event Horizon Invicta, who I also don't have the order right now, but team consists of Moosey Kitten, Mathematics, EHC Lokaith, Narva, and EHC Godfist.
I wonder if Godfest is going to play a lot of Lee Sin.
There it is. There it is.
I want to
There's
see
also
it.
that he's only limited to the Lee Sin or Jax.
True.
Only those two.
That'd be amazing to see in the bot lane at support. All right, I'll go back to an order. All right, I'll head to Iniquity, who I also don't have an order yet. Doshibai, Yusher, Juice Sploosh, Int Ultimate, Big Papa John 15, and NBK Donk.
Donk. There's another Jax player. That's a Jax sound right there. A donk.
Is it or is it Susan?
Yeah, maybe that is true. Do lamppost donk? Anyone have experience with that?
Oh, got another goon squad here.
Oh
Yeah,
man, they're taking over.
The Goon Squad conglomerate of 3 teams. This is their only lower division team as of this season. I'm scared to see what's going to happen next season with the Goon Squad.
Yeah, it's just like a parasite. It just keeps like multiplying.
I'm for it. I like Goon and Gecko running there. Oh, that's a little mistype here.
Oh yeah, the captain's off.
Yeah, it's Yusuf. Little news to him.
Little mistype there. I was when I'd see them just in the chat, I'd get those 2 confused because their names are a little bit similar. They both end in F, start with YO. A little confusing for me, but yeah. So Yo Faceoff is the captain of Goon Squad Purple. He'll be playing top lane, bronze 2. Karma will be their jungler, silver 3. Kitty Softpaw will be their mid laner, who's gold 4. Ricios, you have to correct me if that's wrong, will be their ADC, bronze 4. And Blue Man will be the support, who's gold 4 with 3 subs. Former Bard's Meep member, I know, Happy Meeps. Papaya and Carolina Crown are rounding out that team.
Yeah, a few returning faces there. Face Off, Ricios, Happy Meeps, J-Pop, Papaya, and Carolina Crown all playing in Season 1. So happy to see those fellas back.
Yeah, happy to see Face Off as a captain too. You were talking about the All Pro vote. Face Off was playing in finals during the when we were a mixed we had no divisions. It was just all the players in one pot. He made it all the way to finals.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
All right, now another team with a lot of returning players, TSI Academy.
What is that icon?
I don't know.
I want to know. I want to know.
What's the NOI? NIO?
Not in order.
Oh, okay. I won't erase that then.
Yeah.
Got it.
Let's keep it there for a note for myself.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure the logo says he's getting grucified instead of crucified. That was a fun little photo.
Well, I think that this squad has the most fun in this entire league.
I think I've seen. Were all these players here last season?
Yeah, this is the Team Blue from last season.
Okay, their new rebranding. Got
yes, it. Yes.
Not
Not per TSI. I mean, I'm all good to slap TSI on it, but I was happy with them keeping Blue Team as well. But TSI Academy, we've been teaming up to say the least. Yeah, keep it at that. Keep the secrets hidden.
All right, so they have Kiyoshi, Storm ATS, OMLE2, Loud EXP, Frozen Bandana, a bunch of bees on the squad.
Yeah, excited to see those guys again. I know they've been working hard in the off season.
That's good. Good. I know I'm pretty sure they took a game off of TSI last year.
They did. They gave us a good wake up call.
Great job by them. I'm really excited to see what they've been cooking in the off season.
They had the most unique picks from last season, so I will say, I think they had an RA jungle one game, so you can't predict them.
Very hard to study and try to see what they're doing. Wow. So then rounding off with we have 2 teams left here. A little bit of maybe a controversial team name. If you're just listening, please read what it says. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. We Love Miners. I can't really say much about that name. A little bit funny. Just read how it's spelled, not exactly what I'm saying. So we got the top laner, Lava Man 675, who's gold 3. Pro Gamer 00 TM YT.
YouTube.
Jungle.
Yeah,
YouTube.
I love that.
It's a trademark YouTube. We got Blocky Panda in the mid lane. I Always Survive at ADC. And Killer Drake 06 in the support role.
Man,
that's a bold name for an 80 carry.
I Always Survive and then support Killer Drake. The old Mord ult. I wish that was back in the game. That'd be funny. Scroll down.
All right. Then we just have one last team. This is the newest team here. BEA, Captain AKG Bunny from the AKG League. I'm very excited that Bunny will be joining us to round out our 10 lower division teams. AKG Bunny will be playing top lane. Slim 101 will be playing jungle. Emru will be playing mid. Kalani will be playing ADC. And Little Stinker will be the support.
Love it. Love it. That's awesome. 10 teams for lower division. We made it happen. So excited to get that
I feel like
kicked
the lower
off.
division is yeah, like popped off and became more popular than our upper division league, which is exciting.
Yeah. Do you want to take a look at? I think the schedule's pretty much set up.
Yeah.
Obviously pending anything going on. I don't have the dates yet for the schedule because I didn't have everything fully planned out. But ignore the dates at the top. The Ring of Champions event will be thrown in somewhere in the middle of this. But should be that this week will be starting. I'm a little bit late to getting it started, so there'll be a little bit more leeway on scheduling going into next week. But this is a rough schedule we have of uh, who everyone's playing. We're gonna have 9 weeks of play plus the Ring of Champions, so 10 weeks total. This should be really exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
We are going to attempt to get some of these games live streamed too, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a shout out to anybody listening and anybody in the Discord. Like the more casters we have, the more availability we have, the more games are live streamed.
Yeah, so if you have any interest, I guess, yeah, good shout out, but any interest in casting any games or even just running production, you don't have to talk or anything like that, just running visuals and stuff, let us know. We're always looking for help. The more people we have available, the more games we can get out there.
And that's honestly, like in my experience, that's where the real fun is. That's where like I've gotten to meet the other players, meet all of you guys, and like have fun with everybody. And it's not just trying to 5v5 kill people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely the idea of the league is to provide a product for the players, and one of the best part about that product is having your game streamed every once in a while. I already see someone in the chat. Loki Bear wants in, so they're in. So I mean, we'll get you added to the casters. Hit
I
hit
love
me up
it.
on Discord. Yeah, so I think that kind of covers the format. So it's still up in limbo. The playoff, the lower division moderators haven't completely decided on whether they're going to stick with the 6-team playoffs like we have in the upper division, or since they have the availability, maybe they'll go to an 8-team double elimination, especially since with the longer schedule, they'll be ending after the upper division. Will have more availability to stream games. We could do a more extended playoffs for the lower division. So keep your eyes peeled. That decision should be made at some point this week, so it shouldn't affect really anything.
Who you said the lower division. Who's on the lower division mod squad?
Yeah. So far as of now, I just have one other person on the squad. Um, it's Seagal, my mid laner. So a little bit of just on my team. I haven't got to know most of the other teams yet, so I'm really looking forward to adding at least a few more mods from other teams so that we can have a little bit of diversity and it won't just be one team making all the decisions for everyone else.
100%, and like that's like a small another shout out there for lower division. If you want to get involved, just speak up. But big shout out to Seagull. I didn't know he was doing that. Thank you, Seagull, for just helping out. The more people helping, the bigger and bigger this project becomes.
Yep, and then we'll also be lending a hand. Those of us that participated in season 1 have a little experience, so not leaving Red out on an island. Any questions? He definitely has the resource of the upper division mods as well.
Sick. So any last words, Red, for lower division as we move in to wrap up this podcast, move into just some upper division power ranking review.
Um, I don't, I don't think so. Besides just that, I'm really excited to play against everyone here. You know, don't want to do a power rankings. I don't know how good everyone is.
Yeah.
Like
Don't want
we,
to make the mistake that I did.
yeah, I don't want to be like thinking like, oh, we made it to whatever, we were second last season in our combined division. Now we're gonna do so great, and then just end up being last place, getting rolled by every other team. So.
Nah, it's very fair. Just so that thank you, Red, for everything you're doing for this league and for the lower division teams. It's greatly appreciated and it makes a really big impact. So, like from me and from everybody, thank you.
It's no problem.
All right, Brendan, you ready to talk about week 1 review?
Yeah, we can transition into kind of the action that happened during week 1. I've got the schedule up here that has our match scores. It was a lot of one-sided affairs in the week 1, but just to go through the games, we'll start out with the first one on the list there, which was not Infernia Esports that ended up losing that series, even though there was a rank violation for Banana Hammock Haymakers. Ward Seekers ended up winning that series 2-1. But since they're disqualified, changed to a 2-0. But we are looking at the overall scores of the matches, but I've put them up there. Some highlight players in that series, definitely. It's Yusuf in the mid lane, like we previewed before in our last podcast, as a returning player. But then again, Free Young Thug, who was listed as a substitute on Ward Seekers, came in the series and posted some great stat lines across the 2 games that they won. The second game, Banana Hammock Haymakers ended up taking, so the stats didn't look as great for the entire team of Ward Seekers. But in the 2 wins, Free Young Thug definitely put on a performance on the Zaya and on the Ashe, going 13-2-8 in their first win, and then in the second game going 8-2-10 on the Zaya.
Yeah, it was really interesting seeing that come out from their sub. We'll have to see if he becomes a big part of the main roster. But either way, watch out for Ward Seekers. Their carries know how to dish out some DPS.
Yeah, and that being said, they did a little swap as well. It was per the draft. They have flexibility. Their players can play multiple roles. So throughout the series, they swapped their jungle and support. So it's hard to... If they have different plans going into the game, they have the flexibility to put people in different roles to support those. Yeah, so that was the old Banana Hammock Haymakers versus the Ward Seekers. Ward Seekers being a 1-0 in our standings. Second game, TSI versus Clan Brigade. Clan Brigade was gone the entire week, so that one was postponed and is scheduled tonight, actually. So we'll be able to see the results of that later tonight. So moving on to our next series, we have Inferno Wolf.
Hey,
Oh, what?
7:30 tonight, right?
7. I think it's 7.
Yeah, okay. So tune in right here on the Twitch at 7.
Is it being streamed?
Is it? Oh.
No, it's not I don't know if it's being streamed. If we have if we have the people to stream it, we will, but otherwise we won't. It's not a scheduled streamed game, so there's not pressure on the casters that we have. So either way, that will happen, whether it's live or not. And for any upper division teams that are looking for VODs, we do post the League of Legends replays in the Discord, so you can actually catch the VODs of the game if you want to do a review of those. Moving on to our next series, Inferno Wolf Esports versus Goon Squad Blue. That was our preseason pre-rankings, which, like I prefaced before, was complete guesses, but the 1 versus 2. And Goon Squad Blue, to put it candidly, came out and stomped Inferno Wolf Esports.
Yeah, don't talk to me right now.
Yeah. Okay, it's a little personal
That's my team.
Yes, it's a little personal as Brett's support of Inferno Wolf Esports. But some highlight players from that series were Embody, the top laner. That's who we gave MVP of the series. He posted on Yoni in the first game a 6-1-6 game, and then in the second game dished out insane damage on Rumble, 10-0-10 on Rumble. There was one instance at the tail end of the game where Inferno Wolf Esports had seemingly won the fight, and the equalizer was dropped on Rumble, and they just kind of stood there and waited, and then didn't realize that they all had just gotten absolutely melted by the equalizer, and a few of them died. So definitely that was the MVP of the series. Some other standout performers was there was a Scion mid picked into a Cassiopeia. Sinja playing Cassiopeia, and then Dongo picked Scion to take that matchup. So that was a unique pick for sure. And then Mr. Nacho in the first game, I think, was the overall carry, even though Embody did pop off at 8-0-9 on an Ashe game. So that was an explosive series, a streamed one. It's in our previous broadcast if you want to go back and look at that as well.
Yeah, I gotta pay respect to Goon Squad, especially Goon Squad Blue. All the names on this team being new faces, and they came out and really showed that they're here to play.
Yeah. And then do you have any insight to the news of Inferno Wolf Esports if they've gone through some roster turmoil?
So same thing. Like we had oh, you said it earlier. Just like a rank disqualifying. So there will be some moving around. We haven't landed on exactly where we're gonna put our players yet. Potentially gonna be moving some top lane around too. We'll see what happens, but expect to see a different squad coming out. Hopefully around Friday this week.
Cool. Yeah.
That team. But so our jungler, Phaser, you won't be seeing him.
Not in we will be seeing him, but we won't be seeing him under an Inferno Wolf Esports logo, as he is the jungler for Infernia Esports, which I almost need to get the names fixed, but that's all right. That's going to be confusing. Yes, Phaser moving to the Infernia Esports. He is part of that team. So our last matchup to cover, Snake Pit versus Goon Squad White. This is the matchup that I was talking about before that I got some hate for, as we ranked Goon Squad White at the 8th power ranking spot as a complete guess per some backdoor insight that I had. But they took that personally and came out 2-0'd and stomped Snake Pit. And as I'm looking at some of these stat lines, I would say that Popgun ADC for Goon Squad White definitely popped off. First game going 7-0-4 on the Ashe. That seems like a resounding pick in the upper division. And then 10-3-3 on the Ezreal in the second game. So just based off of statistics, I'd have to give him the MVP of that series. But one of the returning players that we have for Goon Squad White, it's Gecko, playing in his natural role of top lane versus ADC, which he played in Season 1, facing off against some of the returning faces from last season's Naughty Boys, as well as some Goblins players, Fish FRFX, and then Chronomist in the support role, Fish FRFX being the jungler.
Yeah, it was really cool to see him in his comfort role because he also, playing the Renekton, you're going to be a carry. You need to be dishing out some DPS, but on the other side of it, Poppy being a frontline CC champion, like it's just two different play styles, and he came out here and executed both.
Yeah, so that wraps it up for the Week 1 review. So moving forward to a Week 2 preview, we've got with a little bit of data now to go off of. We got Ward Seekers versus Snake Pits. That's definitely a matchup to watch. Two teams that were winless in Week 1. So one of those teams is going to be able to pick up a win, and the second one is going to drop to 0-2 to start off the season. So I would definitely say there's some urgency for those two teams heading into that match. And then Inferno Wolf Esports, once their tryouts conclude, will be a streamed match against TSI. So, I mean, I'm excited for that match because I'm playing in it. But, and then Clown Brigade versus Infernia Esports. Clown Brigade, another team that's got to get 2 matches in 1 week, so we'll see how that affects the teams. And then the matchup that I'm excited for, obviously, the stream match between Goon Squad Blue versus Goon Squad White.
Yeah, it'll be an intense one, and seeing these two go head to head, just as it's like it's both Goon Squads, so we'll finally have our answer who's going to be superior between the two of them. Wait, on the roster is Goon the coach for both those teams?
Nope.
On the roster,
Gecko's the coach for White or captain for White, and then Goon is the captain for Blue.
Okay, I was like, it'd be interesting to see them share a coach.
I have to go back and correct myself. Ward Seekers actually won their first match, so I wrote that down wrong in my notes. So urgency for Snake Pit not to drop to 0-2, and Ward Seekers looking to go to 2-0. So not 2 winless teams heading into that slot. So that's my bad. Yeah, so I'm seeing some chats. We got Ricky Salsa throwing out the White 2-0. So I'm excited to watch this match. It's already scheduled. It's actually going to be Sunday at 7:30 Eastern. So tune in for that. Super excited to see that matchup, the clash of the Goons. So with that, I think that previews our next matchups, do we want to go into some power rankings for our updated power rankings? I think that's going to be something that we're going to do every week.
Yeah, I mean, like, we should, maybe we don't have to do it every week, but we've seen all the teams play with the exception of Clown Brigade, which will be really interesting. We have no idea their power level, but TSI is 100% returning players. So, like, I confidently feel, and Red, you can chime in too if you feel like you have a good gauge on TSI with all their returning players.
Good. What I'd say is, I think, let's see. You know what? I don't know. The thing about it though is that haven't seen Fire Brigade before. You know, can't really. I don't know whether to put TSI because of that. You know, it's been a little bit of an off season.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know how
I
much.
myself was going to rank TSI lower, as I think not seeing data unknown is worse than known in the analytic world. So it could be really bad as much as it could be really good. So I'm going to drop. We'll start with number one. My number one, Goon Squad Blue. Am I wrong? Anybody?
No,
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. That's going to be my number one, just because based off of they were ranked number 2 coming into the season, and they dominantly won their match against who we had preseason ranked number 1. So they hands down get preseason or power ranking number 1 at my spot. That being said, number 2, I'm putting Goon Squad White because I want the number 1 versus number 2 matchup this week.
That's a fair reason. I'll let you have it. Just when it comes to, we'll throw them 3 then if you're gonna put them 2. Ward Seekers came out here and played against a team that were above the rank cap and won.
I would agree. I'm going to put Ward Seekers at 3 based off of that. Not only did they win their week 1 matchup, they were going against a team that was above the rank cap. So that has to shout out to the power of that team. So do we just go with the other team that won? Which other team win? Who am I missing? Oh, there was a postpone. That's who it is. So I'm going to put TSI at 4. A little selfishness, but you agree or disagree?
Disagree. I
Okay.
mean, Snake Pits are who played against Goon Squad White, right?
Snake, yes.
Yeah. I really like Snake Pits. I love Fish and our Jester are just really good players, and that team intimidates me. And then I would have to be selfish and put Infernal Wolf above TSI every single day.
Okay. I just have to. So I'm moderating the Twitch chat, right? I feel like we can just be candid in this. It's nothing professional, but I had to allow Sinja, just so you know, your message did not go through. I had to allow it since you said something that could be interpreted as bad, I guess, by the Twitch algorithm. But Sinja said when we blow you guys out of the water. So all right, we're putting you above. You can't have that that juice. So Inferno Wolf Esports above TSI, and so that being said, I'm not letting TSI slip past 6.
Then we're left with Clown Brigade and
Infernia.
the 2 new teams. So small like fun fact about Clown Brigade that I learned today. That's the one of the moderators for our like partnering league, Animal Kingdoms.
Yes.
That's their team. So this is a team that is from our partner survey. So I'll put them 7 just for that. Love what Bunny's doing over there, and just the reputation that Animal Kingdom has. Like there's some reputation there.
Yeah. No, and then that puts Infernia Esports. They get to come in as the new kids on the block. They get the last place, 8th place spot. Please prove us wrong. Someone has to be last just because you guys are brand new. That's where we're putting you. So come out and show your power. And yeah, Clown Brigade versus Infernia Esports. Let's see it this week.
I think that wraps it up for us this week. Big things happening this week. You know, we got the Bro versus Play Bro with TSI Inferno Wolf playing.
Yeah.
Goon Squad versus Goon Squad. Clown Brigade. We're gonna see for the first time this week. So big things happening. Upper division. Kickoff week for lower division. So this is gonna be overall an awesome week for Slash All.
Yeah, a lot of huge things happening. So definitely stay active. Keep your eyes out in the Discord for any announcements. But looking forward to everything getting rolling. Cool. With that, I think we're gonna close it out. Any last words, Red?
No, just excited for the season to start for us lower division players.
Sweet, definitely. Any last words, Brett?
I got nothing.
Sweet. With that, we're gonna close it out. Thanks for tuning in for the episode 2 of the Slash All Pod, and keep your eyes out beginning of next week as we'll be doing our 3rd episode as we review week 2 and preview week 3 for both the upper and lower division. Thanks for tuning in.